This is Living Well.
And welcome back to Living Well. It is Living Well Jeopardy. I'm the producer, Dave Smith, and I'm here with Shelby Neely, with Matt Posguy, and with our reigning, I guess we'll call her our Living Well champion, because she's the only champion that's here in the studio with us. It is Autumn Shelton,
you ready?
who was on Jeopardy just last night and will be on again tonight. So we're going to play a little round of Jeopardy now. I got to tell you, Autumn, this isn't exactly like you did last night on the show, or you will be doing tonight on the show. We have our high-tech bells on there. That's right. That's right. I should have known better than to give Shelby a bell. But that's going on, and we can... I'll wait for my... There we go. So we also are not going to be able to skip around the board. We're just going to have to go straight down through the list. Remember that every answer must be posed in the form of a question. I'm saying that for Shelby and Matt, because Autumn already knows that. So we're just going to go right through. We're going to get as far as we can. There's no double Jeopardy. There's no daily double. There's no final Jeopardy. And we'll try to keep track of points as well as we can. And the money that is up for grabs is not real money. Okay, here we go. Here are your categories. And we have a graphic for this, I believe. There they are. U.S. city names, pop culture, European cities, 20th century authors, and long live the king. Now, U.S. city names, I will tell you, each answer will be a famous person who shares either a first or a last name with a U.S. city. All right, are we ready to play? We're going to go with U.S. city names for 100. Here we go. This Academy Award-winning actor has appeared in movies such as Glory, The Hurricane, Remember the Titans, and Training Day. Autumn.
Who is Denzel Washington?
That is correct. Very good. We're going on to U.S. cities for 200. All right. His 1972 hit song about the Rocky Mountains has been adopted as the official state song of Colorado, which is his adopted home state.
I know it. What's his name?
You can't ask each other. And time's up. Oh, Shelby.
Who is John Denver?
Very good. There you go. We'll give Shelby those
only one
points,
I'll get.
even though you were slightly behind my cutoff.
Just a little bit.
All right. Moving on to U.S. city names for 300. This U.S. president is the only commander-in-chief to serve 2 non-consecutive presidential terms. Autumn.
Who's Grover Cleveland?
Grover Cleveland, very good. All right, that is for 300 points. Moving on to 400. In The Lord of the Rings, he was Legolas the Elf. In Pirates of the Caribbean, he was Will Turner the Blacksmith. Matt.
Orlando Bloom.
Orlando Bloom, very good for 400. And moving on to the $500 question. U.S. city names. This singer, nicknamed Pearl, tragically died at the age of 27, but not before she released such hits as Piece of My Heart and Me and Bobby McGee. Who went? I missed it. Who went first? Somebody tell me, be honest.
I don't know.
I'm sure it was me.
Wasn't me.
Here is Janis Joplin.
Janis Joplin. All right.
I got to take it when I can get it.
Very good.
Okay.
Yeah, I will never replace Alex Trebek as the host of Jeopardy. I just want you to know that. Moving on to the next category is pop culture for 100. Here we go. Pop culture for 100. The Force has been with this sci-fi saga for more than 40 years. Autumn.
What's Star Wars?
Star Wars, very good. All right. And moving on to 200. Her 1989 album has sold more than 10 million copies worldwide. And if you don't like her, just shake it off. Shelby.
Who is Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift, very good for 200.
I'm killing you guys on pop culture.
Yeah. 300. This recently deceased founder of Marvel Comics was a legend to self-proclaimed nerds and fanboys everywhere. I've got to go with Autumn.
Who's Stan Lee?
Stan Lee, very good. All right, that was for 300. And let's move on to 400. This creepy Netflix series is set in Hawkins, Indiana. A nice place to visit, as long as you don't slip into the upside down. Autumn.
What is Stranger Things?
Stranger Things, very good, Autumn. And moving on to 500. This duo of YouTubers have become famous for their Will It experiments, as well as their Good Mythical Morning show. Autumn.
Who is Rhett and Link?
Rhett and Link, very good. Do you guys have any idea who Rhett and Link
Nope.
is?
No.
Okay, very good. Moving on to European cities for 100. Once the central city of the Soviet Union, its red square features the Kremlin and St. Basil's Cathedral. Autumn.
What is St. Petersburg?
No. Matt or Shelby?
That's what I was going to say.
And the answer is Moscow.
Moscow.
There we go.
I knew
All
it. I knew it, but I couldn't think of the word.
European cities for 200. If you visit this romantic city, be sure to check out the Champs-Élysées and the Arc de Triomphe. Autumn.
What is Paris?
Paris. Very good. Moving on to 300 in European cities. As soon as Alex Trebek flipped his page over. There we go. All right.
I'm sweating.
There you go. Once divided by an imposing wall, the east and west of this city were officially reunited beginning in 1989. Autumn.
What is Berlin?
Berlin. Very good. For 300. And moving on to 400, if you want to get around in this European city, you might want to travel the canals by gondola. Autumn.
What is Venice?
Venice. Very good. And moving on to 500. In this city, you might choose the pommes frites and the fine chocolates rather than the waffles and the sprouts. Autumn.
What is Brussels?
Brussels. Very good. Brussels, Belgium. And a couple of minutes left, moving on to 20th century authors. For 100, before she gave us the Gryffindor and Slytherin houses, this author's house was her car. Autumn.
Who's Rowling?
J.K. Rowling. Very good. For 200, this British professor introduced the world to hobbits, orcs, and one ring to rule them all. Matt.
J.R.R. Tolkien.
J.R.R. Tolkien.
Who is J.R.R.
Very
Tolkien?
good. Oh, yeah. Well, we'll let you slide on that one. All right. For 300, follow the yellow brick road to meet the title character of this author's 1900 children book. Autumn.
Who is Baum?
That's right. L. Frank Baum. Very, very good. And again, we're looking for the authors here. For 400, find the golden ticket. And you might join young Mr. Bucket on a trip to a very sweet place in this author's 1964 book. Autumn.
Who's Dahl?
Dahl. Roald Dahl. Very good. And we are moving on to 500. Before it was the hit musical My Fair Lady, it was a play with a funny one-word name by this playwright. Autumn.
Who's George Bernard Shaw?
George Bernard Shaw. Very, very good. I have bad news for Matt and Shelby. You guys are a little bit behind.
Yeah.
Okay, last category. We've only got a minute left. Long live the king. For 100, with his greasy pompadour and his rockabilly style, this young Memphis heartthrob became known as the king of rock and roll.
There ain't no way anybody's beating me to this one. Who is Elvis Presley?
Very good. Who is Elvis Presley? I threw that one in for you.
Thank you.
For 200, a former child star, this song and dance phenomenon moonwalked his way to the title of the King of Pop. I got to go with Autumn.
Who is Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson, very good. And for 300, after leading the Heat and the Cavaliers to NBA championships, this king is now trying his luck with the LA Lakers. Autumn.
Who is LeBron James?
King James, LeBron James, very, very good. And for 400, we're almost done. In 1992, this controversial shock jock radio and TV personality proclaimed himself the king of all media. Shelby.
Who is Howard Stern?
Howard Stern, very good.
Got it!
And for 500, last question. This World War II era band leader and clarinetist is widely considered the king of swing.
Yeah, I know it.
Autumn.
Who's Sousa?
No, not Sousa. It is Matt or Shelby?
No,
Benny Goodman. Benny Goodman.
no, that's not
there
good.
we go. Well, I won't bother to add these up, but it looks like a win for Autumn. Very good, Autumn.
I'm shocked.
Quite a big
girl
win
is
for Autumn.
smart and fast.
I think I hit the bell more than before her sometimes. I'm not enough to win.
You may
I
have.
don't
we
think
need some kind of machine targeting.
As I said, they will not let me replace Alex Trebek anytime soon.
Good
Congratulations,
day.
Autumn.
Yeah, fantastic.
And be watching this evening, 5 o'clock, right after Living Well, and we will see how Autumn does on the continuation of her journey on Jeopardy. And we will be right back.